I was at work when this got started. They were talking about it at work. I remember at the time I thought, it seemed to be like a small fire and had no idea the scale it would balloon into. That was a really big deal.
It was fueled by a forest full of debris because we just had a hurricane that came through 6 months ago, and there were trees down everywhere, not only from the hurricane but from the accompanying tornadoes. So this fire had plenty of fuel. The terrain was very difficult because this was in the mountains. We had low humidity, very dry conditions. We are in a drought, and the winds were really high. So it was the perfect recipe for this fire just to take off, which is exactly what it did. It went straight down the mountain in a matter of hours.
We could see the fire through our trees.
The winds are picking up, and there's a lot of concern about the fire jumping over the breaks that they have created with the dozers, and the fire just sleeping straight over their heads. Oh my word.
I remember that it looked like a big volcano with those streams of fire coming down, and it looked like someone wrote red chalk going down.
It seems surreal from the day that the Table Rock fire started with just a little small spot fire to where we have gone now with such a rapid expansion. It just seems like each day this thing is growing so fast.
We've been watching the National Guard helicopter bringing over the Bambi basket full of water and coming quite close to our home. And it's very interesting. It's a little unnerving knowing the great effort that they are going to put out this fire for our community. We're so grateful for all that they do. And please be praying for their safety and for the effectiveness of this plan that they have put in place. the Table Rock State Park and the Pickens County response was incredible, but the fire grew so quickly and it crossed into Greenville County, and then it started heading towards the state line. So they called in a federal team. They called them the Blue Team, and the Blue Team came in and coordinated the operations. They have closed off all of the local roads, including the main highway, to local traffic only in order to make it safer for the fire crews to maneuver all of their heavy equipment and have full access to fight the fire on all fronts. We're headed to the lookout to see the mountain and kind of like a reconnaissance mission.
Back in now.
See the state of everything. So we'll keep you posted.
It looked like lava when you got to see it on the state park, Table Rock State Park overlook. When you saw over the mountains, it looked like lava was like coming down. And it was very smoky. We got to meet a lot of the fire department people. We got to show them our appreciation. And we met with some park rangers, and we got to talk with them. When we were up in the park before they closed it, looking at the outlook, we got to meet one of the hikers who was like there when the fire got started, hiking nearby. And we also got to meet Sheriff Blankenship, so that was kind of cool. We got to meet all those people. Oh, he's going above the trees.
You can see the spotter.
We got a direct shot.
The fire looked cool, but at the same time, it burned a lot of things that were beautiful, like the forests and things. So that's kind of what made me sad. Hi to the Rover Boys and
also you had the Persimmon Ridge fire that had started through all of this, and one of the concerns is that the Persimmon Ridge fire was going to meet up with the Table Rock fire. And so there's a lot of structures in between, and there could have been a lot of damage. There's a ominous feeling with the fires. It's almost apocalyptic when we hiked into the park at night to watch it, to watch the spread of it.
It just looks really apocalyptic here. We've got the dark, heavy clouds, the ash falling, and the sun has an orange glow to it, almost like the amber glow at sunset. So everything looks kind of interesting in color. So anyway, we'll keep you posted. We just got word that the fire has jumped the break and is working its way around the reservoir. What you doing? Things started feeling a lot more intense. My mind shut down and I had a really hard time thinking straight. So I mostly took video. I didn't do a lot of packing at first. My husband had to help me out there.
Being at work, eating with a group of guys on our break, and you just see ash. It's cloudy and ash is just pouring down into our food and just flying through the sky. And then again here on our deck, where it's clouds everywhere, the sun has a very orange apocalyptic glow and you just have ash pouring down. I think that's seared into my memory.
We had to get ready for evacuation, so I packed my aerosol gun, and I did my BBs with my mask. I packed a lot of my clothes and my Kindle Fire charger. Oh yeah, 4 boxes.
One of the most important things I packed, to me, like sentimentally, were my books, because I loved them. I love books, and yeah, I had a whole lot of them.
I packed schoolwork and, of course, clothes for if anything happened to the house and we weren't able to, you know, if we're going to be staying somewhere else for a while. And I also packed a lot of craft stuff so that I don't get bored.
So like your crochet supplies?
Yeah, like bags of crochet supplies.
Like me, my books? You got your bags.
like I packed more craft stuff than even clothes.
I did pack more books than clothes.
I packed clothes, you know, the essentials, plus maybe a few extras, some books, and then a decent bit of yarn, because if I don't have anything else to do, I might as well have yarn.
They highly recommended we evacuate. I packed clothes, the essentials, and then I packed things that were special to me. So my bow and arrow, my some books, and all my work, and some school stuff. Yes, I packed school because I gotta keep up with school. But the most important thing that I packed, and the most special thing that I packed, the most highest important thing I packed was the rabbits. And I felt so good when I had them all on the bed of the truck with their food, their hay, and all their other essential items. So
I can pick it up like this, once it goes.
Hello, cutie pie. Hello, sweet. Your little butterball. Let me see your body. Oh my goodness. You're so adorable.
We're not going without you. Look at that.
I know it. Hello there, Mama. We're gonna take good care of you and all your babies. Hello, little ones.
when it came to evening, the sun looked like a red, like somebody just colored a red ball in the sky. And the ashes were all just flowing down. It was very smoky.
Hey, this is Chris and Jeannie, and we are on location at home at the Table Rock State Park fire that has now become the Table Rock Complex fire. And we just wanted to put out an update. So many of you have been reaching out to us, and we cannot tell you how grateful we are. We feel so loved and so supported, and we just wanted to share our heart with you, what's really happening here on the ground, and to say thank you for the texts, for the emails, for the phone calls, for all the invitations to come, to be a place of refuge for us and our animals, which is no small invitation, and we're just so grateful. All of you are amazing.
Yeah, and I'd like to reiterate that, and it definitely has been a blessing, and just for all the friends and community up here. This is really a tight community in this area, and so we're just thankful for that as well. And as many of you have probably known by either keeping up with operational information from the Forestry Commission or from just other Facebook posts, there's a lot of evacuations happening, and they did recommend we evacuate, which they actually had done that during the Pinnacle fires. We lived through that in 2016, but they also said we can shelter in place, and so that's what we're doing. One reason of that is it is a little complex with the homestead here. We have a lot of animals to care for, so it's not just easy to up and move or leave and make sure that they're still being fed and watered properly. So we are sheltering in place. All our vehicles are packed and loaded and pointed down the driveway and ready to go. We do feel a little bit safe in the fact that we are right in front of the state park, and
we're up in elevation on a ridge, so we can see.
And so we feel like first of all, they're going to throw a lot of resources, which you can hear behind us. They already are throwing a lot of resources at the park. There's a lot of access roads, and the main park road, which goes right behind our house, where the fire crews can set up if they have to fight to protect structures. So we believe we will see, if it's really starting to get serious towards us, we would see it and be able to respond accordingly and get out of here.
Grab our toothbrushes and run out the door.
So
everything else is already packed.
And all the kids are, nervous and excited at the same time. We're just trusting God. We thank you guys for your prayers, and just want to give you that update. You can hear the helicopters. They're actually hitting back here behind us, and I believe it's because of the spot fires that are coming near Lake Pinnacle. They definitely encroached that area last night, and that's not far from us. So we do keep nightly shifts going through our family where we can look at night and make sure no embers have blown onto our property that maybe we could deal with quickly ourselves with water. Other than that, we're just continuing on. Homesteader's Dream Store is still open at the Table Rock Tea Company, and we actually already did a tour this morning, and we're just trying to move forward, but it is definitely surreal and not enjoyable to live through in one aspect, because we would just like to get back to normal. But thanking God for the winds dying down today, praying for that rain that's supposed to come this weekend to come even earlier. That would be great.
Yes. I am sitting out in the van, just got back from taking the girls to work, and it's just so peaceful and quiet. You can hear the birds. I hear a woodpecker and a lot of other things, including my chickens and my rooster. And it's just so peaceful out here. It seems a little bit surreal. That's Pierre, the rooster. I'm not sure if there's really a wildfire going on behind us or not. It is just such a beautiful morning. The smoke has lifted up, as it does a lot of times when the sun comes out. It's lifted up and kind of moved to the east, south and east a little bit. And it's very deceptive up here. But again, I just want to say thank you for everybody who has been calling and texting and offering us a place to stay and just checking in with us. I think I had maybe 200 text messages yesterday, just various conversations, and really, really sweet, really, really special. We are so blessed. We are so blessed. You know, I think I will take you with me and look at some things. Check out some things around here. Let's stop at the bunnies first because they're so stinking cute. Can't resist them. Where are you, baby bunnies? Oh my goodness. You guys are up in Mama's spot. What are you doing up there getting a little sunshine? Hello, Mama. Good morning. How are you doing? Oh, you see the baby who, well, the baby was grooming Mama. Hello, little ones. Hey. Hello, hello. Well, I think it's clear that the bunnies are doing good. See what I mean? It's just very beautiful from this perspective. Let's walk over here and see. The smoke has, in general, kind of gone down in that direction, which is beyond that tree. Hey, everybody. How are you doing? Are you a little nervous? Hear that? He's telling his hens where to find food. He points and makes that noise. I thought that some of you, especially the ladies, might enjoy seeing what somebody would pack when they're a little bit in a panic and a little bit in a hurry and they think they might have to leave their home that night. So it's all about priorities, but here we go. So this is my bag, and the first thing I threw in here, oh, ladies, please just bear with me. The first thing I threw in here was chocolate, Lindor's. Listen, if you're gonna be stressed, you're gonna have some chocolate. And the other thing, you may have seen this in the other video that I threw in here, was my sourdough culture. I was like, you know how long it took me to make that? I'm not redoing that. It took me over a year to get it the way I want it. I'm not losing that. And then I have one little grocery bag here. I put some miscellaneous stuff in. And now my husband packed most of this bag because I was not in the state of mind to pack. So he put some nice things in there. I went back through and I said, by George, I don't want to repurchase. We do a lot of ferments here, and I do not want to repurchase these things. When you finally get them, you know, and they're working and they're healthy and active, you don't want to undo all of your hard work. So I have my water kefir grains. Yes, that would be, water kefir grains. And all I have to do is feed them, and they make a natural soda, like a probiotic drink that's fizzy. And I need to feed them again today. I'm gonna put them out so I can keep them healthy while they're prepared for evacuation. And finally, not finally, next to last, I have milk kefir grains. Yes, I did. I packed them in my bag because they're awesome. They make a yogurt drink. You can use it for buttermilk. You can actually make like a yogurt cheese. You can make milk kefir cheese. The longer you let it sit, the more tangy it gets and the firmer. You can strain out the whey. And anyway, that's probably more than you wanted to know about milk kefir. And then I also, now this wouldn't fit in the bag, but I packed this. Now this looks quite disturbing. It's because it's folded up. This is my SCOBY. Come on, y'all. Kombucha. You can't lose your SCOBY. My SCOBY is, actually, I don't know how old it is. We've been making kombucha for quite some time. And I just took it out of my dispenser over here. I'll show it to you. This right here is my continuous brew kombucha. Actually, I need to drain that off this morning. Maybe I'll go do that now when I finish talking to y'all. But I just thought it was funny. I did pack a duffel with some clothes, and I did pack some toiletries. And the most important toiletries that I took, of course, was the toothpaste powder and the rose body butter, which is my favorite, and won't leave home without it. So in retrospect, I have realized that I love my home. I love my stuff. I would be grieved if I had to leave it all behind. But the health of my family and being unattached to things is more important. So anyway, talk to y'all later. Bye. So if you could only pack a couple of things, what would you choose? And on that note, I've got to go pick up some of mine who have been working at first shift. We have divided the store today in first shift, second shift. So we're gonna swap out our workers. Please feel free to come by, drop by and see everybody.
No, ma'am.
Do I have my keys?
It should be in your purse. Keys, please.
Did you see the chickens running for cover when that last aircraft went over?
No, ma'am. Oh, ew.
It smells really strong.
Oh.
It smells.
It smells like rotten smoke, if that's such a thing.
How about potent smoke? Move, tiki-tikis.
Go, go, go.
It's important to have good communications with the neighbors and to be on good terms with them so everyone can keep up and can help each other out when the need arises.
We're going over to the store to trade out first shift to second shift. And let's see what we see. No trucks now. All messy. We have been seeing lots of fire trucks, Wildfire, which is a really cool setup. Lots of heavy equipment being moved up and down our road. I don't see anybody out right now though. Man, this is a beautiful afternoon.
It's like dead quiet.
It is so quiet. It is so peaceful. It's warm. It's warm.
I wonder why.
Well, we had the group chat, and we were able to meet up in the park and talk with the rangers, and we knew people who were good friends with them, so we got a lot of information.
We have a very, very close community. The neighbors are very close. We know everybody pretty well. And man, I could not ask for a better place to live if you're going to have an emergency. We've always loved living here, even in the 2016 fire. It was incredible massive bulletin board, and they would give everybody fire updates. Personnel would be there, law enforcement would be there, the fire department would be there. It's a little different this time. I think they're using social media to connect, but that's where I really fell in love with the community. And now, we've been through a hurricane together, tornadoes together, and now another wildfire. And I pray we get to stay in this community and live here for the rest of my days. I love these people so much. All right, we're almost at the store. And we'll go give those girls a break. Let them come home and eat lunch. The fire breaks that they are establishing are based on the fire lines that they used in the 2016 fire. But there was so much debris down from the hurricane that they couldn't get their heavy equipment in, and they were having to manually reopen these fire break lines all around the entire mountain. Good morning. It's early Saturday morning. The house is still asleep. We've been taking shifts through the night, checking to make sure that the property is still good and nothing is coming in. Gabriella saw some things last night that were concerning, but I'm pretty sure they were over a mile away on a ridge. So I'm gonna go check that out again. I already looked at it at 5 a.m. this morning and it looked pretty good. So before the sun comes up, I wanna look one more time because it's so much easier to see when it's dark outside. The red glow of the flames seem to cut through pretty good. So I'm gonna go check that out and make sure we're still good, like I think we are. The world is waking up. Let's see what we can see out here. So I think it's safe to say that we're good. I did not see anything concerning, and which is wonderful. We made it through another night, and they were expecting some winds, and there were some concerns about the fire jumping, the fire breaks, and then really expanding in all directions. So we'll see what the Forestry Commission report is later this morning, and until then, I think we're good. It's a great feeling. I'm gonna drink my coffee and relax.
Just so thankful for the firefighters and all that have been involved in this. It just really has been eye-opening to the power of community, but also the power of God to protect this community. So we're thankful for that. It almost seems like there was an umbrella around us all.
We knew God was taking care of us through it all, so I never actually truly worried about the fire getting us, because God's always taking care of us in like everything. So I know I wasn't really too concerned.
I was sad and excited, but at the same time, I wasn't afraid. I was a little afraid because I thought it could jump a one ember and burn the house down.
I was afraid of losing the house and anything that we wouldn't be able to pack, but I knew that we would be able to get out in time, so I wasn't afraid for any of us personally.
We were not scared.
Because I knew God had us.
That's honestly why.
And we're big and
God.
strong and tough. I wasn't worried about losing the animals because I figured we were going to save them anyway, but I was worried about losing the house.
But then again, we have a road right behind us, a road in front of us, and then, of course, our driveway and all. So fire trucks could come all around us to help defend our house, so it's in a good place.
We have a road behind us, a road in front of us, and 2 parents who don't want to use either.
And it's also a bad thing because we have a forest all around.
I remember that it was big and it burned over 13,000 acres.
When it started raining really hard, that was pretty great. And it was actually really pretty.
All right, time for the slide championship. At first, we have Sophia Rebels. We're going to hit the remote. This week's have a lot of traction. Next, the championship from last round. The one, the only, George Joshua Rebels. And he is still the champion.
It was nice being able to unpack everything when we were able to. I was very grateful to have things back in their places and, you know, easier to get to and everything.
Breaking down this forest, reminding me where my joy is breaking into something.
We were so excited when the fire personnel started being disbanded and sent back home. So it was really neat to get to talk with them, interview them, and just tell them thank you face to face. And it actually was very rewarding to get to say thank you to all these wonderful men and women who came, and they really saved our community. They worked so hard, and we're just eternally grateful.
The reality is, and we heard this from a couple of the firefighters, but if it weren't for the rain that we got, which I believe was a blessing from God, that they weren't quite sure how this was going to go. We did end up having the fire come within 700 yards of our house.
I learned to appreciate our house more. And it did help the forest clean out all the debris that the hurricane left.
In speaking with the medic team afterwards, we learned that there were no medical emergencies at all during this entire event, no lives lost, and in addition to that, 0 homes were lost. Just got the final report in from the incident management team via the South Carolina Forestry Commission page, and the update is the entire 60-mile perimeter around the fire is secured. We are in the black, and we got an additional inch of rain, and that's just such great news. Great news. We're so excited and so relieved. Thank you all so much for your support, your encouragement, your prayers, and for journeying with us.
We learned from the fire to always be prepared.
And to be prepared always when a fire comes.
And if a fire comes, to be prepared.
And make sure you're always prepared, even if it isn't a fire, but in this case it was a fire. So always be prepared for fires.
And if it's a fire, always be prepared. So
And
always
take
be
pairs
prepared for
with you
fires.
when there's a fire. 'cause
Especially
they may
pairs
help
of
with-
socks.
So you come prepared. Make sure you got lots of pears on it.
The fruit too. Don't forget the fruit.
Yes, fruit are important to the diet there.
So you want to
They're very
have
healthy.
pairs of pears in your paired vehicles.